Having said all those things, allow me now to welcome Mheshimiwa Jared Odoyo Okello Wood Nyando. He will speak, then immediately is done. He will be able to welcome my co-MC who has done a fantastic job. Mheshimiwa Anthony Olwoch Wakili will be able to coordinate the rest of the remaining program. God bless you. God keep you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Jothurwa. Aduokonu erokamano. Higni ariyo mokalo ne wan kama wantieni ka wakowo wadwa Shem. To naparo ni Shem noyudo welo ma ok chak yud thurwa ka. Kara na wuoyo chon ahinya. Kawuono ka waiko mama, aneno dhano mapok naneno nyaka nene. Omiyo aduokonu erokamano kuom timo ma. To gima yudo jodalawa, kara mine ywago malo joma chuo. Chuo wetena wan ge problem. Ne kaka mama okelo piny mangima kobiro mondo ike. Omiyo ang'eyo ni kamoninde en kod kwe. Kane Shem otho gima ne siko penjore ni Shem ema nyonego kowe gi nyasi. To nakone ni an bende abiro temo thecho kama nyalo chope. Tayudo ka ok othechore ahinya. Odhi maber. Omiyo aduokonu erokamano ahinya. Nitie jowa ka ma osiepega kata wendwa ma ok winj dhowani. Gi joma dongo kabisa to ni dholuo tamo gi ng'eyo nyaka sani. Koro akwayo nuyiena mondo alok dhok matin mondo giumbe giwinj gima watimo nade, gima wawacho. Berne ni Nyando ka asepuonjo Kisungu ka ji dhum sawasawa. Allow me now to turn in English, because in English Honorable Mr. Speaker Sir would want us to speak. I wish we would introduce speaking Luo in Parliament. I would be very fluent. My father, who passed away in the year 1997, was a primary school teacher. In that state, he got married to 2 wives. Getting more than a wife is a privilege, not a blessing. And he also said that quality comes out of quantity. So as a result, he got 14 children, 7 boys and 7 girls, being a mathematician teacher. Being a math teacher. So, I am number 9. We are still seeking the quality he was talking about. Perhaps we will find it in our children. And that is our hope. My late mother here, lying on that bed, was the first. But I don't know whether she accepted or not. The second wife came. But in the African context, whether you accept or not is none of a man's business. Because still my mother came. Unfortunately, at the age of 42 years, my mother passed in the year 2001. Teachers, as you all know, don't make much. Life was unbearable, and my late mother lying here allowed my late mother to live in her grass-thatched kitchen. Grass thatch, which was leaking, and my brothers can testify to this. But that never deterred us from doing what we ought to have. So my mother struggled very much to feed us, as my father concentrated in paying school fees. Of the 14 children, we have since lost 4. We are now down to 8, not to 10. We are now down to 10. We have lost 2 brothers and 2 sisters in adulthood. We also lost 2 children in infancy. Like many African homes, we went without breakfast, we went without lunch, and there was only a very small portion of dinner, just to keep body and soul together. Mama, lying here, was a nursery school in this school, and I saw many of her students mourning her death. But she later quit, because I think at the time, nursery school teachers were not being paid a coin. They relied more on charity of the villagers. And it was too much on her, and she had to quit to do farming. Our parents encouraged us to go to school properly with the hope of a better future. I remember our parents telling us that when you are properly schooled, you will eat whatever you want in the world. So we concentrated much on schooling because children love food. A food of a hope of a better future. And immediately we got jobs. And by the way, I'm a member of parliament, for your information. So there's a lot of food in parliament. I think you all know that. But now, when I was getting ready to start eating properly, a doctor brought a menu to me which was similar to the one that I was running away from. That I have to eat vegetable, which I don't like very much. I have to eat ugali ya wimbi, kunbel, which I don't want. But that is just the irony of life. As a family, we sang together, and my dad and my mother were very, very good singers. We honed our public skills from all the drama and skits and songs that we got from our parents. All of us, as a family of 14, are very good speakers, with an exception of myself. In the year 1985, my late father, who was hitherto professing the faith of African Inland Church, AIC, moved to join the Adventist faith. While he was teaching at Nyakach in a school called Kabete Primary, the SDAs always have a camp meeting calendar, and some of the Adventists were moving around and converted him to become an Adventist. Therefore, he came home and said, from today henceforth, and that is the beauty of becoming a man, we all moved to Seventh-day Adventist, never to return. And my mother has actually died on a week of prayer. And more fundamentally, my mother died on my birthday. I don't know what it means. Perhaps I have to look for some soothsayers to tell me what that would portend. We worshipped under a tree when my father brought the new church for many years, until some Catholic father, and I want Papa Roma to know this. Whereas we were Adventists, we were worshipping under a tree, and a Catholic father who was Mzungu from Awasi, Father Fred, came and visited my father and looked at the condition of our worshipping area and said, on behalf of the Catholics, I will build you a church. And indeed, the Catholics built a church for the Seventh-day Adventists. I don't know whether Adventists would do the same. I don't know. But even more fundamental is the fact that when my late brother worked with the Baptist church, I joined him to serve with him in his office, both in America and in Nairobi. They knew that I professed the Adventist faith, but the Baptists still gave me a job. I don't know whether Adventists would do that. I don't know. That is why my mother, as you saw here, belonged to 3 churches: Christian Evangelical Fellowship, Baptist Church, and the Seventh-day Adventists. My mom desired the best for all of us. Some chippings fell through the cracks. I could be one of them, I don't know. But that is the nature of life. In May last year, while I was in the US, my mother fell ill. And she was vomiting, she was fatigued, and was rushed to Aga Khan Hospital. And immediately she was put into ICU, where she ended up staying for 3 weeks, undergoing medical care. I had to cut short my trip because the message I was given by her doctors were bereft of hope. So I dashed back. They tried to resuscitate her, and she came back to life. She continued with a persistent cough. They ordered for a biopsy to be done. And the biopsy revealed a mass around her throat, which was malignant. That means was cancerous. And it had completely blocked the esophagus. So it became very difficult for her to swallow anything. They then put a pep tube to facilitate feeding, which she lived with until the day she signed out. She was taken through both radiotherapy and chemotherapy. And I'm here with my very good friend, Dr. Luga, our PS for medical services. This doctor ensured that whereas getting appointments at KUTRH would ordinarily be very difficult, he ensured all the sessions and all the treatment regimens my mom underwent without a delay of a second. He booked all the appointments on our behalf, talking to Dr. Zainab, who is the CEO of Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital. And for that, Dr. Luga, my family is deeply indebted to you, and we are eternally grateful. My mom finished her first session in early December. Then she came home for 3 weeks and went back to Nairobi to begin her second regimen. Her second regimen ended on the 30th day of April, 2026. Tarehe 30. That is when she finished the second session, which was both radiotherapy, which took 28 sessions, and chemotherapy that took 4 sessions. And she was given a clean bill of health, having conducted certain tests. All the organs were properly and optimally functional, and she was discharged to come back home to stay here for 6 weeks and go back for review. 6 days later, my mother signed out of this world. On Monday the 4th, she developed complications while staying in my house in Nairobi, and my wife quickly rushed her to Karen Hospital, where she was resuscitated. She had running stomach that was stopped. She was fatigued, that was stabilized, and she was told to spend just 1 more night before discharge the following day so that she can go back home on Friday. That was on Monday. We had, out of joy and ecstasy, gotten her a ticket to travel back home here on that Friday, the 8th. And she was deeply looking forward to that. She called so many people here, including my pastors, telling them to wait for her at home because she was bound to arrive on Friday in the morning. So on Sunday, I was here at home. I left because I had some work in the constituency. I left in the evening of the 3rd, went back to Nairobi. I had booked a midnight flight to Mombasa because the biggest party in the world was having a retreat in Mombasa. So I booked a midnight flight to allow me to be with my family before I traveled. And while in my house, I had a long discussion with her. And as was her characteristic of her, she prayed for me before I left for Mombasa at 10:30 p.m. That is the last voice I heard, and that is the last prayer I ever heard from my mother. So, on Tuesday in the morning, after doing the party activities on Monday, I was restless the entire night. And that night of Monday, I was privileged to have dinner with the chairperson of ODM, Madam Gladys Wanga, our best export to Homa Bay. So I had dinner with her on Monday night together with Honorable Nyamita here. I had Honorable Jalango on the same table and many others. And then we went to sleep. But because I was restless the whole night for reasons I cannot fathom, at exactly 5:30 I chose to call her nurse, who has always been with her from the time she was diagnosed with cancer of the throat. So I was asking her, "How is your morning?" And she started crying. And she said, "We have woken up, but I'm trying to wake mom up and she cannot wake up." Those are her own words. Then I told her to give me the doctor because she's a nurse. So she passed the phone to a doctor and I asked the doctor, "Is my mom still breathing?" And he said, "She is not." It was 5:30 in the morning. That was too early to get such kind of information. And therefore, I remember the first phone call I made amidst that confusion was to my party chair. I told her, "I'm sorry for waking you up, but your friend has passed away." And she was in deep and utter shock. But I wanted to share that wrong information with one of the senior most people in Kenya. You know, sharing is caring, and when you share certain times, the burden lessens automatically. So I waited until 8 o'clock. Then I called my party leader and gave him that information. And immediately I finished, I called my speaker and gave him that information. Then I called our super PS, Dr. Raymond Omolo. Raymond had a deep connection with my mother, very deep. He could call my mother without me knowing, and they could talk, and I get information about Ray from my mother. They had a very unique relationship that went beyond imagination. And the very first platform to deliver the message of death was the ODM party. My party told people in the world that Jared Okello'S mother has passed away. And then many of our leaders followed. Dr. Ray followed, Dr. Buru followed, Mbadi followed, Wandai followed, Beatrice Askul, our minister for East Africa community, followed. And then it was just a plethora of information sharing across our platforms. And then, of course, I called my governor, Professor Nyongo. Now, I want to make this clear. Death is the worst reaper, and it is the saddest thing you would want to subject anybody, including the worst of enemies. But I saw my mom transiting from feeding through the mouth to feeding through the tube. I saw personally her body wearing down. I saw her hair being peeled off as a result of chemotherapy. I saw her literally suffering. And therefore, with the benefit of hindsight, I think it was proper to let her go rest because it would have been very selfish of the entire family to hold on to her breath while her body could not hold it anymore. And therefore, as a family, we are happy to release our mother today, to join our ancestors, to join her husband, though I'm told heaven there is no husband, but you can still recognize yours. And that there are no sisters and brothers, because everybody in heaven is a sister or a brother. So we release Mom to join those who went ahead of us. Let me now turn to thanking people, and let me begin by thanking Karengata SDA Church. My mother was a member of Otho SDA Church here, but Karengata SDA Church in Nairobi accepted to open doors for my mother's service to be carried out there. I'm deeply grateful, and may God bless you, Pastor Warioba, our elders. Let me thank the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, who called me and passed his messages of condolence. And then while leaving for Azerbaijan, he gave me 10 minutes to be in State House. I was in my house in Karen. And those who know Nairobi, you know Karen is not very near from State House. But that is a challenge to me. I will be moving closer now. Closer to State House, because I can be called anytime. That is what I realized. So I found his cars revving to leave for the airport. But he was still waiting to see me and to hug me and tell me pole. So, Bwana PS, I know you were with the president this morning. He sent you once again to me. Tell him my family is grateful to him. Let me thank the deputy president, who also called Professor Kindiki Kithure and passed his condolences. Let me in a special way thank my party leader. My party leader did not just come here today. He has been calling every day to be updated on the program of this day. And he has additionally come to my house in Karen to be with me for 3 hours. Just sitting around, because he's a senior orphan. Dr. Buru, as young as he is, all his parents are dead. So he gave me a few tidbits around being an orphan, some of which are very helpful, though he has a strong sense of humor. I kept laughing all the time he came to see me in my home in Nairobi. And I thank you so much. My Speaker of the National Assembly here present, Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula. I don't know why you are very popular with my people. Maybe because they think you give me a lot of leverage in Parliament to speak. I don't know. But you also came to visit me in my home, stayed with me for 4 hours. And you, just like Dr. Buru Dinga, is full of humor. And you lit our day, and it was very good. And Honorable Masika Wetangula has not just come by himself. 2 days ago, he sent a team of staffers from Parliament to help us coordinate this day. Honorable Speaker, I thank you. I thank you, and may our good Lord bless you. My chairperson, Honorable Gladys Atieno Wanganyasuna. Apart from Ero Kamano, Chair Insefe Komino, Jogyo confirm. Apart from your messages of condolences and speaking to me every day, you took your time to come here at home to condole with my family 2 days after the death of my mother. Immediately you arrived from Mombasa. Your very first station was here with us at home. That is a demonstration of love beyond repair. And our good Lord will continue to bless you. I've got my colleagues in the National Assembly. This is just a fraction of the members who really wanted to come. But because of vagaries of work, they were not able to travel. But they have carried their messages of condolences, and I can see so many of our members here. Shortly, Honorable Watch will be coming to introduce you and give you a minute each to talk. I thank you. You have contributed enough for us to do what we have here today. God bless you. The governor, Anyang' Nyong'o, who is away also in Azerbaijan, God bless you. Honorable Ochilo Ayakombogo, Doctor, the governor of Migori County. The Kisumu Assembly, led by our very good speaker, Oraro Engineer, came here, led a delegation of all the MCAs in Kisumu to condole with us. And therefore, Kisumu Assembly, asanteni sana. The Otho SDA Church, may God bless you for the cooperation you have exhibited all through this period. The Central Nyanza Conference, led by my uncle, Pastor Ojunga. You know, getting an uncle is not easy, who is a president. So I am now a dynasty in church. So Pastor Ojunga, who graciously talked to Pastor Misiani, who just spoke here, to bring him to this place, we thank you, and our God will inevitably bless you. The West Kenya Union, my CDF team that did a splendid job, my Kamanga village, Kobongo location, Nyando constituency in its entirety, Nyasachwa Ogwedwa Henya. My friends, I cannot count you all by name, but you know how you have stood with me during this period. I do not have anything to give you in return, but just to pray for God to be with you. Our Inspector General of Police, Mr. Douglas Kanja, who was instructed, no, let me use the correct military term, who was ordered by none other than our super PS to ensure that in the intervening period to the burial date, we had adequate security wherever I chose. Wherever I chose. So we had police officers that roaming around in the entire Nyando constituency. So the last 3 weeks have been very peaceful. And my speaker here, Honorable Weta, was asking me how organized this funeral is. And I told him probably we attribute it to the security apparatus led by our super PS. In a special way, allow me to thank my friend and brother, PS Raymond Omolo. Raymond Omolo went beyond the call of duty to ensure that we have everything as is. My brother, I know you the special relationship you shared with my mom. How I wish it will be transferred to me. But let's see how it will pan out as we head into the future. My brother, Honorable Mbadi John, the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury and National Planning, came in handy in a big, big way. Honorable Wandai actually was here at home. He flew a week ago to be with my family. I thank him. Waziri Askul, Waziri Oparanya, Waziri Joho, the leadership of Parliament led by the Speaker, who, as I said, visited my home, our whips, and Honorable Junet, together with Honorable Kimani Chungwa. I am deeply grateful. Wawach magidoluo. Jothurwa wasetimo liete mang'eny ka. To moloyo e kinde ma wane opposition politics. Tim to be watimo gi atima to ok owuog maber ahinya. Sani ma wane government ni jothurwa, aneno yot, taneno ni kara sirkal Dr. Buru biro ketowa ma ok wawuoge machiegni. The American Embassy sent a representative to my Nairobi home to condole with us. And I see my sister Holly over there, and my sister Rona Jordan, who has traveled all the way from the United States to be with us in this auditorium. God bless you. My wife, who bore the greatest brand to ensure Mama's safety. Awinjo ni mon moko ok yie deye gidag kodgi katuo. Chiega ni to nyocho yie. To awinjo ni moko bende chuore oyie to dhako dagi to koro pod mama ok bi. Apeny kara utwage mana mag mon. Anawe ni dichuo nyalo kelo tada ma dhako daga kanyo. So thank you Nyatemo. Nyasachwa manyo mama lamo. Aparo ni biro gwedhowa. I want to put this to my brother Dr. Oluga. You run a very effective ministry. We have researchers. Cancer has frustrated the world for way too long. Please find an alternative to chemotherapy that is not as invasive and with such serious adverse effects. The world, kindly wake up, don't slumber. Chemo is the harshest treatment you can give to anybody, much less to a 79-year-old lady. I saw mom suffering during the chemos. So please research for a better alternative to chemotherapy. Probably Kenya will be the first country to unveil a better alternative. I don't know. Out of billions of dollars going to pharmaceutical companies, families are left with a trail of poverty and ultimate death. Something must be done. The people of the world, let us do frequent testing, because early detection can guarantee healing of any type of cancer. So please volunteer for your own sake to do those periodic checks. I promised my mom that whatever treatment that was to be required, I was ready to pay for. And I hope I have not disappointed her to the last day. For those who know me, they will tell you how I loved my mom unconditionally. I really looked forward to her full recovery. But we have, instead of putting her in the passenger cabin, it was very tough on me seeing her body loaded in the cargo cabin of the jumbo jet from Nairobi. She called many people, encouraging them and asking them to pray and wait for her here at home. My people, now listen to me. I have been around a little longer. I have witnessed firsthand the difficulties my people have gone through. If your name starts with O or A, it's a taboo ab initio. We don't get jobs, not because we are unschooled or unskilled, but just because we were born in a wrong region of the Republic of Kenya. Because we belong to a wrong tribe. But I want you to listen, Jodalawa. Your prospects now and in future lie in the broad-based government. Give Dr. Oburu here present time to negotiate for you. And I know him well. Dr. Oburu means well for us. He is a tough negotiator. He will never sell the soul of my community. For that I know. Jothurwa, wami Dr. Oburu thuolo, mondo make sure ni ok wane sirkand ni kende, to wane sirkand Ruto ni kendo nyaka otieki mwachak wadonjo sirkal machielo ka Dr. Buru pod ni kodwa e sirkandego. Yien atiek kawacho kama, jothurwa, Nyasachwa ber, wan gi jotendwa 4, ng'eny to gi ng'eny kata an achiel kuomgi, to wan gi jotendwa 4 makwayo nu yie ulemnegi. Ka waselemo ne Dr. Buru mong'e kuma terowa, yie ulemne nyarwa ng'ayani. Mar ariyo, yie ulemne Opiyo Wandayi. Yie ulemne Honorable John Mbadi. Yie ulemne our super PS Honorable Raymond Omolo. Dr. Buru, nyithindwa makwano nigi, yie iketnagi machiegni, because they all mean well for this community just the same way you mean well to us. To my Okello family, Mama nyocha enogai marwa. Unity e legacy moweyo wagodo. Wane ni wabedo united kaka nyocha wan kato setho, mondo mi dala Okello kik tho. The greatest wealth my mom has left us with, the very greatest of wealth, is the word of God and the church that she built. Mago kende mwandu ma mama wewago, to bende mwandu maber moloyo mwandu duto. Nyasachwa ogwedhu. Yenauru akaw thuoloni karwako osiepna kendo wadwa mwase wuotho godo. By the way, let me put this rider. When ODM carried out its nominations in 2013, I did not like the results very much. Polite. I did not like the results very much. Then I got a phone call from my current Speaker of the National Assembly, and he guaranteed me a direct ticket without pay. So I dashed to his office somewhere in Riverside, and he granted me my party ticket. I believe I won in the ensuing elections. But certain times, until the returning officer makes a declaration, kikikuwa na inya. Koro neoka kwano. Coincidentally, as you are handing me my certificate, you are also giving Antonio Lodge from Madari. And therefore, we are a bit joined at the hip. My brother, Honorable Antonio Lodge, karibu sana. Nyasachu ugwedhu, ero urukamano.
Now you know why Okello Honorable asked me to be the MC for today. We not only just share that history that we both ran in 2013, courtesy of our Speaker, the Right Honorable Speaker Wetangula. We also share 2 other things together, that as his mom passed on with cancer. Last year, he came to condole with me when my dad had similarly died of cancer. And so I bring the greetings, Honorable Okello, of my mom, who was a teacher like your mom. Koro jopiny, uyienwa mondo koro wayawe. Koro wayawe. Koro wayawe. Ji adima wacho ni koro moki. Koro wamoke. Aya. Koro kapok wamoke, anda bedan Okello kako se wuoyo nodwa dhi waiko mama. To nekech party leader nika, to nekech speaker nika, to nekech nyasuna wanga nika. Ingeni koko ngiso uni north of Limpopo and south of Sahara. Mano kawuono odiechieng' poko chako be poko rumo. To nekech super PS Raymond Omolo, Monsieur Okello, and a friend of this family bende nitie. Ang nuyena mar mondo mi wamoke mana matin. Wan gi 1 hour. Formula nyalo bedo ariyo. Kech mama nyaka iksa paro kamano. Wanyalo luongo jogi tuwinj gi te. Or waluongi gi full nyingegi to ji achiel ariyo ma e region mondo wuo. Uwinjo maber? Adwa na luong Super PS to kapok aluonge nekech odhi assignment maker oluonge kucho. Allow me to dispense with this. MCA ma majority leader luonga ne MCAs kama gintie ibika gifua kasto ng'ata achiel owuo on their behalf. As they are coming, Honorable Okello had asked me to recognize the following mosiepege. Achiel en wakili Onyango Jomsumba. Marario, he asked me to recognize Dr. Diana Bosire. Wherever you are, please wake up and just wave. He has recognized you. The third one is Catherine Opile. Wherever you are, feel recognized. The other one is called Nanjama. Feel recognized where you are. And Commissioner Joan Abuya. Then Rona Jordan, you had spoken and you had been recognized. So thank you very much. And then Holy Opundo. And last but not least, second last, Hesbon Omolo, wherever you are, please just rise and wave. Thank you very much. And he has also asked me to recognize a good friend of his called Robert Nyasuna. Wherever you are, feel recognized. Aya. So the protocols here. Fredo Dumo, wherever you are. Makamu, wherever you are. Madanji, wherever you are. Dr. Tella, wherever you are. And I will end those protocols there. I now want to give you a very simple task. Please ask the MCAs to rise. They wave, and maybe yourself, Gadwinyang, and then return the microphone. Then I will call the PS. The PS will recognize the other state officers and PSs who are there. Achunka.
Ayafuaenda kamae kuruako party leader. Yothuru auntie. Ne Okello'S family, my friend Mheshimiwa Okello, sorry once again for losing your mom. May God protect you, be with you at this trying moment. Nyasaye orit nai. Ne jodala wa manka. Okwadwa wacho mang'eny. Anan gi dakika achiel ka kende kaka area MCA tadwa mano orwak wendwa manka to kawuono welo neno gimoro ka ni kwe ni Nyando kwe ni Awasenje ko ward. Ber koso ok ber? Jiadi morwako party leader fuana kamae. Omina molo. Omina kinyi. Urwake. Jiadi morwako party cheo diso nyawangaya. Urwaka tieno wanga. Nyadala. Jiadi morwako speaker wetangula fuana kamae. Jiadi morwako super PS mondo molo bano fuana kamae. Kachiel gi PS umoluga. Ne wajube maduto kate ang'ene gisebedo recognized. Nitie mana ji ariyo ma poko bedo recognized. Esbon Agola ma Deputy Secretary General kachiel gi Fredo Dumo Sami 001 be orote ne ka jowa duto temo oro pesa ka ubiro mana ulad pesa ni wuoyo tok gibi wuoyo kech sa awacho koso ka wacho wadwa wacho gimoro ka MCS ma Kisumu manjo telo ake ginyawang'aya kwa biro dala ka mondo wago mos ne Mheshimiwa Jared Okello. Kindly be upstanding, be mbele ka ubiro fuane congregation mondo ging'ewa. Wacho koso ka wacho. MCS masiane ka MCS man Homa Bay gin ka athuru ka wacho ne Togol gin ka Togol koro gimbe gibiya mondo gifua mondo Mheshimiwa Excellency angonegi gichunga gifua MCS ma Homa Bay gin ka erokamano aneno gi kadabal erokamano makamu Nyasaye gwedhau ji dudo te mobiro konyo wako mama Nyasaye gwedhau anan ngeta form ni ngapi poka winjo form ni ngapi kotelo gi His Excellency Ati Dr. Oburu Ogi. Dr. Oburu Ogi. Gisamoe William Ruto president marwa. Ko kama nyasaye gwenau okeojogi ok bi wuoyo only leadership kende mabiro wuoyo wan kaka dunyang kaachiel gi kendo oko. Nyasaye mondo gwenau. Haya fuae kama. Form ni Billy. Karibu.
Thank you very much. Nyasaye ber. Sejete. Ane wayamo. Now, to our party leader, Dr. Oburu Oginga, our national speaker, Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula, the family, our national chairman of ODM, Nyawang'aya, all our political leaders present, the government dignitaries led by Dr. Raymond Omolo, fellow mourners, good evening. My name is Ken Oko, MCA representing Ahero Ward and the leader of majority of County Assembly of Kisumu. I stand before you here on behalf of members of the County Assembly of Kisumu to pass a message of condolence to the family of Okello. Some few days ago, we visited this home and we said sorry for the family. And today we are back to witness the final send-off of Mama. I know the peers want to leave, but allow me just to say one. National Speaker, I want to start by assuring you that as a grassroots leader from this region, we are fully behind broad-based government. We have no choice, we have to be there. Party leader wa, joma wuoyo jonalawa kaka jochama mar ODM, wan ka gi party leader ma the most experienced politician in this region. Omiyo en gi rieko mang'eny mondo telne chama kotenore gi intelligence gi energy ma kuom Mama Nyawang'aya. Donge ber? Omiyo mogik. Hello? Mogik. Mheshimiwa Jared Okello. Mama Doris was a pillar in this home. After the loss of your dad, she took care of you. The only gift that you will give her, you remain united as a family and you move the family forward. Siasa wa Nyando ka to is local. Local, see politics is local. En wabiro goe kaka sao chup. Ka command Nyasaye gives good. On behalf of now, I want to give the microphone back to Anthony, but on behalf of the MCAs, I want to introduce you. On the far left is Honorable Alice Wajewa, just wave. We have Honorable Henrietta Bodo. Then we have Honorable Ondite representing Ombei. Honorable Seth Kanga will talk on behalf of the MCAs after the PS has given his speech. Thank you very much.
Please just have a seat except Adui. Abro Luongi, just wait. So allow me now to welcome our PS for Interior, PS Raymond Omolo. Ero urukamano.
Haya, ero kamano Mheshimiwa Anthony Oluoch. Osiepna Jared Okello ma wabiro iko mingi kawuono. Party leader mar the Orange Democratic Movement, Dr. Oburu Oginga, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Masika Wetangula, the Chairperson of the ODM Party, the Governor Gladys Wanga, the MPs, the Church, Kijogo duto tete mobiro konyo Jared iko mingi mos fanane urukama. Jothurwa untie, Nyando untie, Nyando umor. So first of all, my brother Jared, call once again. On behalf of my minister, on behalf of the Deputy President, and on behalf of His Excellency the President, they've all asked me to pass their sincere condolences to to you and your family that at this moment when you are doing the rites or the last rites as you bury your mother, be knowing that they are with you in spirit. They have all individually spoken to you and they wish you well together with your family. And now that Mama is no longer there and your dad is also not there, and having listened to all your siblings and yourself, you have the biggest responsibility to continue making sure that the Okello light is not dimmed. And as your friends, as colleagues, we will stand with you in prayer and we will continue to support and consult and do whatever it takes. I know your brother also lost the father-in-law, who I'm sure we will work together to support the family to ensure that they also give him a decent send-off. Your mom was a very close friend from the first time I visited you at home and of the community. And as the MP for Nyando, it is not by mistake that they've given you the opportunity to lead them, not once, and have the comfort and the confidence that as we move together and as you continue doing what you have done, they will still give you an opportunity to continue to lead them and to support them. To the party leader of the Orange Democratic Movement.